Hi guys, welcome to Johnny Mathematics. I am doing a series of videos that target those kind of low-hanging fruit on the higher tier paper, the level 6s, the level 7s, okay? Today I'm going to be looking at inverse and compound functions, okay? And as always, my daughter Nina will be learning this stuff live, okay? So could you put the heading, inverse and compound functions? Okay. Now, I thought we'd sort of warm our brains up. We did it a few videos ago where we start with a number. I do a string of kind of plus, minus, times, divides, and we'll see if you can keep with it, okay? It will be aimed at a kind of level 6 or 7 student. You probably need to be looking at the fractional and negative powers video, which was 3 or 4 videos ago. So, Nina, what's your favourite number, Nina?
12.
12, okay. So we are on 12. So 12 times 3 to the power of half times 9 times 2 times 2 to the power of a third. That's quite tricky. That's quite tricky. So, what's your best guess, Nina?
Is it 6?
Is it 6? She's pretty good, isn't she? You know, but she is 12, I suppose. So yeah, 216 to the power of a third means the cube root of 216, which was in fact 6. Well done. I didn't think you'd get there, Nina, and that's quite impressive. Okay, so here we go. Compound and inverse functions. So before we get onto these two things, let's just look at some basic functions questions. And this looks really confusing, doesn't it? Okay, but honestly it's not. It's in a way at GCSE you could say fx is kind of like y, okay? So if I said to you, Nina, if I said to you replace the x by 5, then replace the x by 5, then what answer would you get?
17.
Because all Nina's done is she's replaced the x by 5. This is how you should set it out, by the way. And she's got an answer of 17. It really is that simple. That would be 1 mark at GCSE. So if a question said here I don't know, G4, then what do you imagine the answer is there, Nina? And anyone at home, by the way.
11.
And again, Nina has gone 4 squared take 5, so G4 is 16 take 5, it's 11. So that would be 1 mark. And maybe at home you could work this one out. What do you think if I said fx equals, I don't know, fx equals 5? So pause the video and see what you think and what answer you'll get for that, okay? Any ideas, Nina, what you might do there?
I'm not. Would you divide it?
Well, no, actually. The thing is, if you replace, it says here fx equals 5. So if you replace fx by 5, then we've got something we can solve, haven't we? So fx equals 5. I've replaced the fx with 5, okay? And then you can just do your algebra thing, can't you? You know, 5 add 3, 4x is 8, x is 8 over 4, and so on. So x is 2. Maybe? No? Okay. Let's have a look at these. Okay, I'd like you to practice these step by step. So here are a bunch of questions. Okay, have a go. Do pause the video, please. Right. Let's see if you got them right. Okay. I think all will become clear in a second, Nina. Okay. So H4. So which one are we replacing x of 4 as 4 into? That one or that one?
And the top one.
The top one. So we're going to go 9 times 4 is 36, take 5 is 31. Then for this one, G4, we're going to go 4 squared is 16, add 15, 31 again. Okay, ooh, all right. Yeah, and then look at this one here. This is the harder question. So it says gx equals hx. So what do you think you're going to write down, please? Nina?
31 equals 31.
Well, I mean, it does. If it said G4 equaled H4, then you'd be absolutely right, okay? But it doesn't say G4, it says GX. And what does GX equal?
X squared plus 15.
So I'm going to write that down. And what does HX equal?
9 squared.
9x.
Oh, 9x, sorry. Minus 5.
9x minus 5. Now, this comes up lots at GCSE. As soon as you see something like this, you should recognise that in order to solve it, you make it equal to 0. So you shove everything over here on this side, and you make it equal to 0 like that. Okay. Now, I think you've done this, Nina, haven't you? You can factorise that, can't you? What's that going to be? That and that?
X.
X and X, and then plus, 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 minus, minus, minus.
Minus, minus.
Agreed. And it's either 21, 10, 2 or 5, 4.
5, 4.
Agreed. 5, 4. So then you may or may not have done this, but to get the two answers, Nina, you're going to go x take 5 equals 0, so x equals 5, and x take 4 equals 0, x equals 4. There's quite a lot of different skills in this. I mean, really the reason I'm putting this question down here and this question is that they're kind of fairly typical of what we're now kind of seeing on the GCSE paper, okay? You're going to have a 1 mark question and then something that's worth 2 or 3 marks, okay? So I think that's my starting point here. We've got 2 more things we need to do to cover this, to justify this, okay, doing this. So can you put the subheading compound functions, please? Okay, what do you think, Nina?
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Does that?
Yeah.
Okay. You need, the problem is with you learning it like this, is that you need to be doing the practice as well, really, okay? And it will make a lot more more sense. Right. So, you've put the heading compound functions. Okay, let me get rid of that. And you're going to get something that looks, again, it looks complicated, but it's really not, okay? Gf of x, okay? And what you need to know is, and I think you should probably make a note of this, that means put f into g, okay? Put f into g. So again, that could sound confusing, but basically that needs to replace that, okay? So you put whatever the whole of fx is there, you stick that where the x is, okay? So you'll see what I mean here, Nina, in that, so you're going to replace the x by 4x take 3 take 5. So instead of writing x down, we wrote 4x take 3. Okay. This is an answer, but it needs simplifying as an answer. Okay. So I would recommend you probably write out 4x take 3 twice in order to square it, so you don't make any mistakes. And that should say x. And you're going to end up with 16x squared minus 24x add 9 take 5, which is going to simplify to that. That's what Gf of x would equal. Let's recap that. Nina, do look at the board, please. Fx equals the whole of that. So whenever you see x in the other one, you replace it with the bit that's underlined. The whole of that replaces that, which is what you've done. Okay. I could do it the other way around. So we could go, let's have a look, we could go fg of x, couldn't we? Okay, so that means that you're going to replace that, okay, into that there, which is going to mean you get 4 times x squared take 5 take away 3, and then you would simplify it. Okay. Happy?
Yeah.
What time are we on, Nina?
Just about 14 minutes.
14 minutes, okay. Very quickly, can you try and do a question? So, and let's say, okay, do pause the video, let's see if you can get this one right. So, Nina, what does this mean, GH of x? Which one are you going to stick into which one?
H into G.
So, that is going to go into that. Okay, so we are going to end up with 3 and then you're going to times all that out and you are going to end up with 3x squared plus 11, okay, for GH of x. Now what do you think GH of 4 means? What do you think you do with that 4 here?
Would you replace x?
You absolutely do. You're going to replace x with 4, which is going to give you 3 times 16 add 11, which is 59, isn't it? 59. I hope you got that at home. Well done if you did. That was compound functions. Can you put the heading now, inverse functions, please? Yeah, this could be a reasonably long one, Nina, I think. Okay. Okay, so at A level, I have a much more complicated and involved explanation for this, but at GCSE, we need to know it at a pretty kind of low level, I would say. And I don't want to overcomplicate things, okay? So this is very much, this is how you get the marks, okay? So that means inverse function. And this is how you do it, okay? So if we take this one, for example, if we call fx y, and then we make x the subject, so we're going to go, I know you can do this, Nina, y plus 3 equals 4x. So x is y plus 3 divided by 4, okay? And then, having made x a subject, if you swap the x and y, you pretty much have your answer, okay? But what you've got to do is you've got to replace y with f to the minus 1 of x, and that's it, that's what we do, okay? So recap, call fx y, okay, then make x the subject, and then swap x and y and replace y by f to the minus 1 of x, okay? Do you think you can get the correct answer for this one, please? Try and do the example, I think, as a question. Do pause the video. Right, Nina, let's see if you can follow through the method, please. What do I call gx?
Y.
Okay, good start. You were listening. All right. And what are you going to move first to make x a subject?
Minus 5.
What's that become?
Plus 5.
Y add 5 equals x squared. Then, what's the opposite of squared, Nina?
Square rooted.
Square root, which is why you square root the other side, like that. And then what do you do?
You change y to g.
Well,
you swap them.
You swap x and y, okay? So equals y, and of course the y is actually g to the minus 1 of x, which is inverse function. Okay. I kind of felt I rushed a bit at the end there. You definitely need to practice quite a few of these, okay? But this is the basic technique, right? Well done. Well done, Nina. And well done at home. If you have learned something, and if you like the videos, feel free to like me, okay? Sounds a bit tragic really when you say it like that. And subscribe, that would be absolutely superb. And thank you for listening and watching.